Old Marylebone Town Hall in the heart of London is home to Britain's most famous register office.
Have you got 15 minutes to spare to be a witness for our wedding? We're getting married.
15 minutes?
We register births, deaths and marriages. Hatch, match, dispatch.
Over one momentous summer,
It's already news.
we filmed behind the scenes.
I've got 26 births, God knows how many deaths coming in. I've got no access to internet.
It's just one thing after another.
To capture the landmark moments that unite us all.
When you lose a loved one, it's really, really hard. But when you lose your mum, I'm sorry, I didn't really want to make you cry, and I'm sorry.
It was a surprise, old Georgie boy, I tell you. A couple of days of romance, and next thing you know...
Get a room.
I got a massive tattoo of her name on my arm yesterday. If she leaves me, that's going to be a nightmare.
Over 100 years, some of Britain's most iconic births, deaths and marriages have been recorded here.
Here we have the Queen's marriage entry, Paul McCartney's marriage to Linda, John Collins' birth entry, so I know how old she is.
People from completely different backgrounds walk up those steps, and behind every registration, there's a different story.
Every year, over 1 million births, deaths and marriages are registered in the UK.
Registration is a great leveller, whether you're a prince or a pauper. Everybody has to use the service.
In Westminster, 21 registrars are responsible for almost 200 registrations a week.
Hiya, do you want to come with me?
Oh, yeah.
One of the exciting parts of working here is that every single day, something new arrives to surprise you. Where was she born?
In the back of a car outside the Prince of Wales pub.
So she was a little impatient.
Yes. People were standing outside the pub clapping. Cars were telling me, like, well done. I was just like, oh, embarrassing. So embarrassed.
And was this in like a cab or an ordinary friend's car?
Just the back of my friend's car.
So you destroyed the back of your friend's car.
I did apologise.
48-year-old Tommy Hanover is one of a handful of registrars who registers births and deaths and conducts civil ceremonies.
The lyrics to Good Day Sunshine by the Beatles is a fitting example of how they feel about each other. Now, if I had a note in my head, I'd sing this to you, but I don't, so we'll say it. We want this to be special for a good reason. You see almost every kind of emotion in this building when you're registering, but the one thing that tends to unite them is love. That's palpable in almost every registration that you do. I feel good in a special way. I'm in love and it's a sunny day.
Westminster Register Office has been based in the old Marylebone Town Hall since it was opened by Prince Albert in 1920.
Bride is just coming, I think.
It is now one of the most popular venues for weddings in the UK.
And you're going to turn to face each other?
Even though marriage is dying out, in the business that I'm in, we are so busy, I find that quite hard to believe.
Just in time.
The registrars conduct around 60 ceremonies a week. And there are 4 rooms dedicated to weddings and civil partnerships.
This is the yellow room. It's our smallest but most popular. Liam Gallagher got married here. In fact, he liked the building so much he got married here twice.
In the yellow room today, Superintendent Registrar Alison Cathcart is conducting the 2 o'clock wedding. She's worked here for 22 years.
I think I've probably conducted about 5,000 weddings. Something like that. Mark, I'm nipping to boots.
Tights. Oh dear. It's a quick one, you know.
Is it?
It's just legal declaration.
You're joking me?
No.
Right, man with the box.
Yep, hello, man with box.
You're not busy, are you?
Oh.
Quick.
Do you have a spare 15 minutes to be our witness? Oh, damn.
27-year-old Holly and 41-year-old Simon have been together for 4 years.
I
think when I first saw Holly, I just thought, hot.
Thanks. We're getting married at Marylebone Registry.
I really liked Simon and phoned my mum that evening, and I just got a bit tearful, and she was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I think I am." She was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, it's the weirdest thing, Mum. I just met this guy, and I just think he's going to be the man that I marry." And now.
No rings, no music. Okay, well, I still need to go and buy a pair of tights, so I won't be long. So I'll come down to the Lord Mayor's room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be quick. I think you owe it to the couples to look your best on the day. I always put the high heels on, or, well, not so high nowadays, but just to respect the occasion, really.
Have you got 15 minutes to spare to be a witness for our wedding? We're getting married now.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
OK, go on.
Oh, thank you very much. What's your name?
Here we go. Dan.
Yes, hello, Dan. I'm Holly. This is Simon.
Simon, how's it going?
You've got the acquired outfit as well. This is perfect. Great. OK, so we need to recruit one more witness.
Yep.
What are you doing? Cleaning them. Cleaning them. Look, they're coming up like new.
Yeah, we do it. Yay! Thank you. Oh, that's great. What's your name? Molette. Colette. Have you been a witness before to someone's wedding? Oh, that's good. That's exciting. No, you don't have to say anything. I think you just have to sign a book.
Holly and Simon have requested the simplest of ceremonies that will last just 4 minutes.
I get frustrated when couples cut the ceremony down to nothing because I think I feel cheated. I like the big fairy tale weddings. I like looking at the detail. I like looking at what the dress looks like and the flowers and the colour schemes, and I like the drama of it almost. But that's just me.
So I think you guys have to just wait in here. They've expected more guests than we have.
So chat amongst yourselves.
We had our own ideas of what we wanted to do, getting married, which was not get married in a registry office, but get married in a field. And then we had this whole rigmarole of, oh, you know, you can't, you need a licensed premises.
You're having another ceremony?
Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah.
It's a blessing, is it?
Yeah, just a party in a field, yeah.
And who are your witnesses today?
A chap called Dan and a chap called Colette.
A lady.
Oh, no, lady. No, she never.
A lady called Dan?
No, a chap called Dan, and I believe she's female. Colette.
Is that double L, or...?
Do you know, I don't know,
right.
but...
Do we know their surnames?
No, we can go fetch them. They're just sat in the yellow room.
Oh, no,
at the
it's
moment.
fine. I'll ask them when,
Okay.
when we go in. This is Alison, who's conducting your ceremony.
Hello,
Perfect
Alison.
timing.
Hello there, nice
Holly.
to meet you. Hello, Holly. Are you done? Have you done
I
your
am
bit?
done, yeah.
What are we doing about the ceremony? Because you were just going to keep it quite simple.
Yeah, we haven't got any rings or anything to exchange or music or...
So, you know, you're not making me earn my money today then, are you?
Hey, she's got a veil.
Yeah, no, I found it in a portaloo.
You found it in a portal, right? Different. That's a new one. So we're here today to witness the marriage of Simon and Holly. It means a great deal to them that you can be here to share with them in their happiness on this occasion. So through their vows, they're going to make a commitment to each other for the rest of their lives.
Couples come in, they'll say to us, oh, well, this is just our legal ceremony, you know, we're having the real one in Spain, you know, next month or something. And I think, OK, you know, it's almost like a challenge, you know, because sometimes when they come in and they're actually stood there opposite each other saying the marriage vows, it suddenly hits them, I think.
I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I, Simon, do take thee, Holly, to be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife. It was emotional in the registrars. I was a bit annoyed actually about because it wasn't supposed to be the main event. You know, the event in the field was supposed to be the main event. But yeah, it did bring it home to me. I guess just because, you know, you're standing opposite your loved one, holding their hands, and declaring your love, which is not, we probably don't do that often enough.
Yeah. And it now gives me great pleasure to declare that you are husband and wife together. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thanks for marrying me.
You may kiss the bride.
The register for Holly and Simon's wedding will be added to the other 500,000 marriage entries that have been recorded in Westminster since registration began in 1837. Beneath the ceremonial rooms and offices in the basement are 2 steel reinforced vaults. They hold all the birth, death and marriage registers for the whole of Westminster.
Registration of events is hugely important for any country to help governments understand their population. You're gathering statistics to enable you to plan your schools. Registering deaths, it's to, find out why people die. So it informs your healthcare systems.
The vault contains some of the country's most important historical records, from the death registers for Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher to the marriage entries of the royal family.
Here we have the Queen's marriage entry. So you have Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. She was only 21 when she got married. There we have Philip, as in Prince Philip, and Elizabeth, our present Queen's signature. And that's the signature for her mother, the Queen Mother.
And Westminster Register Office is about to add another royal register to its archive. As the world awaits the birth of the royal baby, the news media have descended for an exclusive with Alison.
Is there any news?
No. So you will be registering the birth of the baby. How are you preparing for it?
Brush up my handwriting skills, I think. If the registration isn't done here on a computer, it will be handwritten and then put onto the computer later on.
How much dialogue are you having to have with the palace?
I'm just waiting for the phone call in terms of what happens next.
Good luck.
There's been a significant new arrival in the Borough of Westminster. And Superintendent Registrar Alison Cathcart has been secretly summoned to Kensington Palace to register the royal birth. For everyone else, though, it's business as usual.
So this little one was born on the 22nd of July. It's quite a significant date. Were you aware at the time that the prince was being born, or did you not care?
Well, I didn't care because
I'm
I was
sure.
in the pain.
I think you were probably busy with your own business at the time, weren't you?
Oh, you're looking very smart. Where have you been?
To the palace, haven't you? I know you have, because you've had your nails painted and your hair done.
All right,
Who did it?
Yes, you've got me
Who did it? Who did it? Who was there?
Prince William.
Oh, wow.
Well, his photos don't do him justice. He's got beautiful skin, really blue eyes, and you don't actually notice his bald patch because he's so tall and he's just so natural. And he's really, really, really lovely. This is the register page. So this is the actual page that Prince William signed, and then that is located into the register, like so. There's no royal register. It's just a normal birth register like anybody else's. So it's entry number, it's in entry book number 74, entry 207.
Within hours of registering the birth, Alison's handiwork is all over the news.
What horrendous handwriting for a registrar. Surely she should have made a special effort with her handwriting for the certificate in particular.
The requirements of recruiting a registrar is not on the basis of their good handwriting anymore. It used to be, but not anymore.
I don't want to talk about the royal baby. I'm sick of the royal baby. Like, honestly, please just don't talk about the royal baby.
Prince George may be dominating the headlines, but it's weddings that are preoccupying the registrars, with nearly 1,000 taking place during the busy summer season.
3 o'clock wedding.
Right.
No bride or groom, witnesses or guests.
Okay.
Hi, I'm David, Registrar at Westminster Register Office. We're just wondering if you were coming for the 3 o'clock wedding.
Of the couples choosing to walk up the town hall steps, nearly 90% will have lived together before marrying.
Will you please be upstanding for the entrance of the bride and groom? Marriage used to be permission to have sex.
Now we're seeing a lot of couples having their children first.
I think one of the main reasons that people choose to get married these days is purely love, because they don't have to. There's no societal obligation or no legal obligation or financial obligation to get married. Why else would you do it? It's purely emotional.
Today, Tommy will conduct the marriage ceremony for David and Jennifer from Essex.
Is Daddy there, Stella? Dad's not there. Where is Dave? Where is he? Can you see him, Stella?
Oh, God. You all right, everyone? Hello?
We first met in Birmingham.
In a seedy nightclub, yeah. Well, she came over, wouldn't leave me alone. And then there was literally just 10 minutes left of the evening, but I must admit, I noticed Jenny when she walked in. You got the rings? What rings?
It was honestly a case of love at first sight. I can't believe I've just said that.
First thing that she said to me was that she loved football, and I think when she said she was a nurse, that was it. I was on the floor when she told me she loved football and she's a nurse.
Best combo in the business.
I knew that was it.
When the couple met, Jennifer already had a daughter, Grace.
Thank you. And that's for Charlie. Charlie, look, that's for you.
Now 40, she has 2 more children with 45-year-old David, 6-year-old Charlie, and Stella, who's 7.
I always hoped that we'd get married at some point. Because of like our age, we decided to have our children first, didn't we? You've got your socks on the wrong way. You've got to change your socks round because your bows are supposed to be on the outside, aren't they?
When I decided to ask Jenny to marry me, we'd been together for 10 years, and obviously I loved her to bits, and I think if it hadn't been for the children, I've asked her a lot earlier.
Mum, I'm not supposed to be doing your makeup. You're supposed to be doing mine, if anything.
The decision to marry later has meant not all their family will share their special day.
My mum's role today is like really important because my mum's giving me away because we lost my dad a few years ago, so don't start. So, sorry. I'm just gutted that my dad's not here. Never thought in my life that my dad wouldn't give me away on my wedding day. It's just... When you lose someone that's so close to you, like losing my dad, it tinges everything in your life. It affects everything that you do. You're never the same person after that.
My name is Patricia, and I'm going to be registering the death for you. and I've been told you're the daughter of the deceased.
Correct.
Okay.
Patricia Gordon has been working as a registrar for 28 years.
I'm going to be asking you quite a few questions and get you to check the answer at the end.
Okay.
Okay? Conducting marriages for me is the best part of my job. Personally, I find a death is hard to register because death is something that I don't like to talk about personally. It upsets me. And like right now, talking to you, I want to cry. Yeah. Now, please have her first names.
Mary, Julia.
Caroline has come with her family to register the death of her 82-year-old mother, Mary.
Sorry. The moment for me that my mother had passed was when it was officially announced at the registrar's office. It really got to me at that point that this is real. You are dead.
I've lost mine about 14 years ago and it's still fresh, you know. Because I've lost my dad, but it was sad, but it's not the same as my mum.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, I didn't really want to make you cry again. I'm sorry.
No, you
I'm
haven't.
sorry. Yeah.
It comes in waves.
Yes, it will. It will.
A lot of things happened in Mum's life that brought sadness. 54 years ago, my mum had a son out of wedlock. Unfortunately, she had to give him up for adoption around the age of 2.5. I've seen the pain of that for many, many years.
On his birthday, Mum would cry, and she did that for 52 years.
I absolutely hated it when she used to cry, so I used to absolutely feel it.
It's always sad when you lose a loved one. We know they're going to go, but when it happens...
I know, yeah,
it's really
get
hard.
used to it.
For many years, Caroline searched for her brother Joseph to give her mother the one thing that had always been missing throughout her life.
I did secretly start to panic that maybe we could be running out of time. And I'm so pleased that we didn't.
And she had some really tough times to cope with in her life.
Finally, just 2 years ago, Mary was reunited with her son Joseph.
I was lucky. I didn't ever expect to meet her. The same way she didn't expect to. She was so sure, and I was sure too. I can only imagine what she must have felt. You know, it's like the family were complete. I went to see her a minimum of once a week. It was a wonderful time. It healed me, completed me. And every time I see my sisters, it's like it happens all over again. I love them to bits. Come here.
My stomach. I've never felt like this in my life. Me either. Oh, are they all off it, Keith? Oh no, no, Keith. Oh, can you? Oh, can you? No, no, go, just drive. I don't want anyone to see me. Go, go, go.
Why can't we see them?
No, Mum. Dave's there, you lunatic.
I love weddings where they've been together a long time, so this is the middle of their road, really. It's not the start of it. Because they've already faced a lot of what newlyweds have to face. They've done it already. You're going to go over beside David, and he's going to be on your right shoulder.
He's going to be on my right shoulder. So
Just say he's the right man for you. That's the expression we use.
Just a bit,
I think people have the wrong impression about love, you know. It's not all hearts and flowers, it's, you know, it's putting out the bins, it's going to the tip.
I'll tell you when to go, okay?
You chose the music. Have you chosen?
I'll tell you to go.
Did you choose the music for this?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding to welcome the bridal party.
Not yet, not yet. Not yet. Right, go. God, you ready?
Come on.
I can't.
It's now or never.
Okay.
David and Jennifer, the purpose of marriage is that you may always love and care for and support each other through the joys and the sorrows of life. I think it is just confirming a love. It's announcing a love publicly. It's quite a brave thing to do, actually. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I, Jennifer,
to witness that I, Jennifer,
do take thee, David,
do take thee, David,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to love. There are some people that, for some indefinable reason, you know are absolutely right for each other. I can't tell when somebody isn't. But I occasionally come across people, and even I can say, yeah, you're sorted. Everybody here hopes that the feelings of love that you have for each other clearly will deepen and grow ever stronger throughout the years to come. So now it gives me the greatest pleasure to declare that you are husband and wife. Congratulations.
I think for me, realising that I was in love with Dave is like, and knowing that I am in love with you every single day, is that even now, sort of like 10 years on, I still feel exactly the same about you as when I did sort of 10 years ago. I still get those butterflies in my stomach, my heart still jumps beats, and if I think about losing Dave, I feel breathless, as if I'm choking.
This way.
Up to 7,000 babies are registered behind the doors of the Old Marylebone Town Hall every year.
You're creating an identity for a child that they're going to take with them through life. So that registration is really, really important. And of course, getting it right is really important as well.
Now, may I please have the baby's full name and surname in which he or she is going to be brought up in?
Yeah, Zwagi NZ.
NZ.
WAKI.
Westminster is a multicultural area. And in one day, I can see 10 different people from 10 different countries.
Okay, and the full name is Uhban, U-H-B-A-N.
Now, I'm not familiar with this name. Is the baby boy or girl?
Boy.
Boy, thank you.
You do occasionally, when registering the birth of a baby, come across a name that piques your interest. For example, maybe daffodil or Viking, rainbow.
Oh, I got a giggle out of super porn. I thought that was quite a funny one. A super porn. I thought that was good. Yeah, but it works. It works for the Thai people. But it was just me. I sort of think super porn.
The first name is spelled?
Momodu. M-O-M-O.
M-O-M-O.
D-O-U.
D-O-U.
P for you. P for Papa.
Gotcha. There you go. Occasionally a parent will try to slip in a name that they haven't discussed with the other one. And the look of horror in the other partner's face is a picture.
Okay, we're in the baby screen. Now, you are mother and father of the child?
Yeah.
And are you married to each other? Okay, thank you. It's a nice feeling when I see new parents because it takes me back. For me, one of the most powerful love is having my children. Now, your place of birth, please?
Belfast.
Belfast, Northern Ireland.
28-year-old Tony and 26-year-old Rebecca met at university in America. They've been married for 4 years.
I was not expecting to meet a Greek Cypriot with a Northern Irish accent at freshman orientation, but I did, and basically started thinking, oh my goodness, this is not what I had planned for my life, but seems to be where things are going.
And is this your first child?
No, we have a 2-year-old.
Okay, so this is child number 2. Have you had any stillborn babies?
No.
Thank you.
We decided we wanted to have children together pretty much once we'd gotten engaged. We started to talk a lot more seriously, as you do, about being married. And I think I've always wanted to have more than one child and have them reasonably close together. As it turns out, we managed that.
And we've got a little girl.
Yes.
How is she doing at the moment?
Okay. Yeah, she's doing fine. Yeah. She's been through a rough couple weeks, but...
Has she?
Yeah.
Has she been poorly?
She was born with some congenital heart disease that needed surgery. So.
She had surgery at 2 days old.
2 days old? Oh dear. But she's okay.
She's fine.
She's fine. She's doing well.
She was discharged yesterday, so
okay,
that's why we're here.
She's doing much better. When we initially found out that she had a heart problem, I think we felt like the chances she wouldn't survive were quite high.
So I was just thinking of having to go to the hospital and then not come out with a baby. Just even now, I just feel really that was really hard to think about. But yeah.
Now, may I please have the name and surname in which the child is going to be brought up in?
Joanna, J-O-N-N-A.
Is there a
J-O-A-N-N-A.
J-O-A-N-N-A.
The normal spelling, yeah.
This is Joanna without her IV and without her feeding tube. And there's a smile.
Dare I say it, we've even been able to have a little bit of fun since Joanna came home with the rest of our family.
Just some normal family times, really dealing with normal newborn challenges like waking up every 3 hours at night or whatever.
And all the best. Congratulations and take care. Thank you.
As well as registering births, deaths and marriages, since 2005, the team have been responsible for a newer type of registration.
Seat, ladies. There you go. So all we need
Westminster Register Office leads the way in civil partnerships, having registered over 2,000 since they were first introduced.
Gentlemen, hello. I'm Mark. I'm going to be getting you hitched. The difference, I think, with civil partnerships and marriages is that with a civil partnership, there's less pressure from society, from parents, from friends, from each other to get hitched.
Is it Lady Leanne? Am I saying your name correctly? Thank you. Lady Leanne, you're full.
36-year-old Letty and 39-year-old Sibby have been together for 2 years.
Have you been through any previous civil partnership or marriage ceremony in this or any other country, including to Sibby?
I've been to other people's, but not
that
mine.
doesn't count.
We first met on Facebook. Basically, I stalked her. Not really.
No. I looked at Letty and I didn't think she was my type at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was hot.
Really? Yeah.
And also just listing your mother, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And your mother's name?
Sylvie and Marguerite.
Sylvie, S-Y-L.
When I first started dating girls, I said to my mum, oh, what would you say if I brought a girl home? And she was like, whatever makes you happy, as long as you're happy, that's the main thing. She wants the best for me and whatever suits me is the best.
Completely different experience. My mum was not happy about it.
Really?
She cried. I cried.
Oh.
It was horrible. It was horrible. The most scary thing was that she was going to abandon me and not want me in her life anymore. That's what I was really, really worried about, because I was very close to her.
Family and friends, by all being here today, you are expressing your support for Sibby and Letty.
But it's so funny
because now she's so cool about it.
Yeah, and like, remember when we started planning the wedding though, your mum wanted to put on the invites that if you don't understand about, you know, gay, then this wedding will be an opportunity for you to get to understand it a little bit more.
And ask questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mum, that's really sweet, but I am not having the speech become question and answer time of like what being gay is all about. I'm so glad that we don't have to have a secret life and be embarrassed about who we are, and to be able to walk up the stairs of Marylebone Town Hall and celebrate our marriage together. I think that's a really, really amazing thing.
Did you see the brother, Mark?
The brother? No, was he hot?
Yeah. You know that song, What a Man, What a Man, What a Man? That was in my head the whole time.
David, control yourself. There's somebody out there for you, David. I'm happily civil partnered. We've been together for 14 years. So in gay years, that's, you know, forever.
Okay, let's go.
Right. They've got personal vows as well, but I don't think they're going to...
Soon, couples will be able to choose a civil partnership or a same-sex marriage. For one of the longest-serving registrars, accepting these changes hasn't been easy.
When civil partnership came in first in 2005, I did find it difficult. I was brought up to believe marriage is between a man and a woman.
You will be forming a civil partnership with Nick.
I do.
Before I met Tommy, this might sound horrible, but I wouldn't entertain a gay person. Meeting Tommy has changed a lot of my ways, possibly attitude. Tommy made me understand that a gay person is just an ordinary person.
It's perfectly normal. We see it all the time. Nothing to worry about. It's on. Wonderful, OK.
And to be honest, the first time I met Tommy, I didn't even know Tommy was gay. Didn't even know he was gay.
Blind and deaf person
You know,
pointed out to Pat that I was gay.
I'd love for Tommy to find his soulmate one day, and I hope that that one day will be soon. And when that happened, the person to marry him to his soulmate would have to be me, with nobody else.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Do you want to come with me? Yes. The most difficult part of the job is also the most rewarding part of the job, as far as I'm concerned, and it is registering the death of a loved one, which is one of the most horrendous things that anybody will ever have to do in their life. Here we go, ladies, have a seat.
Okay.
Right, Mrs. Ramsey, this is a procedure that only takes about 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's very straightforward. I have a few questions to ask as we go along. Then once or twice I will be typing and rudely ignoring you, but it's because I'm not a very good typist and we need to do this nice and clearly. You've got to do the practical aspect of the job and be a person with them as well. Now, Colin's surname is Ramsey, R-A-M-S-A-Y.
Yes, it is. That's correct.
And what date did he pass away?
It was yesterday, so the 25th. My husband of 40 years died of cancer. For the last 5 days, I didn't leave the hospice. They put a little sort of like armchair bed in his room for me, and I slept there day and night, so. But the end was very peaceful, and that is a comfort to me.
Now, what was his date of birth?
18/9/35.
And he is married to you?
Yes.
Now, what was his occupation?
He was a photographer, professional photographer. I first met Colin when I came up to London and lived in London. I joined a model agency, and Colin was a photographer. I didn't think there was a moment I thought, oh, this is the man for me. I just thought, we get on really great. I really like Colin. And then he said, why don't we just get married? It wasn't any big proposal done in one knee. It was almost as casual as that. We travelled the world. We had great fun. We went to Barbados, New York and Concord. We actually had really, really fun and really interesting and really good lives together.
Now, were you present when he passed away, could you? Gives you great perspective on your own day-to-day living. I realise how trivial some of my concerns are. And there are some people who come in with such dignity and personal power while they're doing something that's obviously ripping the hearts out of them. That's incredibly humbling.
Now, they did say you had to get forms here. You could buy them. Oh, sorry.
Yes, you'll get everything from me. It's good you're on the ball. Now, have you decided yet if it'll be a cremation or a burial?
We decided on a cremation. I had arguments with doctors over and over again if I didn't feel that he was getting the correct treatment. But it was to keep Colin with me. I get stronger every day. The future is there, and it's what you make it. And I think Colin was smiling down. He'd go, yeah, of course there is. He always believed in me. He believed I could do anything. Nobody else did, but he did. So, you know, I think he would be quite happy for me to carry on living my life the best I can.
Every year, Westminster registrars conduct over 600 ceremonies in some of London's top wedding venues, from the Ritz to the House of Commons. Today marks at the Lansdowne, a private members' club in Mayfair, for a wedding with over 200 guests.
Can you move in that thing?
There's no rush to get those 200 yards.
No, take your time.
Yeah.
Right, so Karen's just got to go through the details that are going to go on your marriage certificate.
Okay.
Just a final check.
55-year-old interior designer Elise is marrying 60-year-old property developer Bob. They've been together for 6 years.
I remember you emailing me for about 3 weeks.
Oh, you love telling
But
people this story.
It was nothing to do with interior design. So in the end, I said, are you looking for a designer or a wife? And then you said, we better have dinner.
Have you been through any formal type of marriage or civil partnership in this or any other country?
Yes.
How did that end?
I had a divorce. I had an absolute.
Okay.
Yeah, I had.
Except
I thought you meant the full details of our breakup. What now?
We see people getting married for the second, third time. It's not that uncommon. People want love in their lives, and they want to celebrate the fact that they found it. Whether they've done it 2 or 3 times before doesn't necessarily matter.
Right. I was very young when I got married, and I hadn't met anybody in the 20 years that I've been divorced that I could remotely say that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with or commit to a marriage. But I just felt like that with Bob. He was very special.
There has actually been any formal engagement, has there? Not that I can remember, anyway.
Not formal, but when you bought me this ring, I did put it on my engagement finger, so...
Oh, right.
It was kind of like that for me. If you didn't really want to do something, you wouldn't do it.
There you go.
Do you want 2 of you, have we?
Yes.
Yeah, you always get 2.
Oh, really?
I can't write and speak at the same time.
Oh, I suppose not. That's true.
No, I'm not. I'm a man. I can't. I'm sure you can, but I'm not multi-skilled that way.
Elise decided to pop the question to Bob whilst they were flying out to Thailand on holiday.
I think he shocked himself that he said yes, actually.
It was the air pressure in the plane actually got to me.
And the gin too.
The gin and tonic, yes.
This will be the 3rd time Bob has agreed to get married.
You can do the usual thing, slip it on the tip, say the words after me and slide it on. Okay. So it's quite nice.
Having divorces sort of does leave some sort of scar on you. It's almost that it's been a bit of a failure, or you've been a bit of a failure because it didn't work.
Bob, I give you this ring.
Bob, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love.
As a symbol of my love.
Statistics say that 1 in 3 marriages end in divorce, but I think people still carry on because we're all still searching for love, aren't we? The right one. We're hoping that this time it's going to work out. This day will form a milestone in your lives. You'll look back upon it with love and happiness. I'm sure Liz Taylor felt the same on her 8th, 9th marriages, however many it was, you know, otherwise she wouldn't have done it again. Well, it now gives me great pleasure to declare that you are now husband and wife. Congratulations. Everybody wants a happy ending.
Couldn't be more proud to be your husband.
Can I have the name of my informant, please?
Give me 2 seconds, because the computer's still loading.
Yeah.
Patricia has been registering births and deaths for nearly 3 decades. Today is the first time she's felt the need to send a sympathy card to one of the couples she's got to know.
When an adult has passed away, it's easy for you to digest, but when it's a little baby, it's very, very hard. Tony and Rebecca had a little baby girl called Joanna, and baby Joanna had a heart defect, and she passed away. And I had to register the death of this little baby, who a week ago I registered her birth, and I can't do this.
Children with as serious a heart condition as Joanna had can just get sick very quickly, and there's often very little that can be done for them.
But nothing can prepare you for the death of a child.
We will miss her for the rest of our lives. But
her life was valuable to us, even the time she had. Those 4 weeks were precious, and they were worthwhile. It would be maybe easier emotionally to just push it away and say, no, that didn't happen. But we've really tried to talk about it and work through it together, and to talk to Elia about it as well. I mean, that's been one of the hardest things.
we really love each other, and even when we have the same hard day, we just kind of hug each other and cry, and that's... And
keep saying it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
We're gonna be okay.
She's our little girl.
She was given to us, and we got to have her for a short time, and we're really thankful for that time.
Next time, it's love against the odds.
I remember Dad met Louis for the first time, and he'd barely made eye contact with him, and you could see that he was disappointed.
Heartbreaking farewells.
He was always telling me he loved me, always complaining that I didn't tell him enough. Wish I had.
And the end of an era as the town hall prepares to close.
It's been a major part of my life. I live and breathe this job. Quite sad, really.